peace, and love. Welcome back to Tunjitalks, the home of I Have a Thirst. Remember, family, it is winning season. To get your copy of my book, Whiteboard Black Pieces Race in the West, click the Amazon link in the description down below. Right, so we are here for I Have a Thirst. What is I Have a Thirst? It's where I get a drink and we chop it up, family, and we talk about anything and everything. And if you got any suggestions for drinks, let me know down in the comments. So what are we drinking today? So we are drinking ginger, a lemongrass cordial. We're gonna have that with some pellegrino fizzy water. Right, so if you haven't got yourself a drink yet, pause the video now. Okay, welcome back. Right, hope you have a drink with you. Right, so here's my glass. Gonna. Ooh. By the way, I have been. Alright. Lovely. I have been longing to do a video back in the Tunjitalks studio. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, I've just been doing kind of like a lot of short videos recently, and a lot of just videos dropping gems, dropping knowledge, Oh, that'll be good for the podcast listeners. I should have bought like a spoon really to. Lovely. Yeah, so I hope you all have a drink with you. Cheers. It's really nice, not too strong. Oh, good. Oh, I love that. Cool. Right. Right, I cannot believe I'm telling this story. Right. So, oh my god. Right, this is my XFactor story. So, I was in right. So I was in school at the time. Yeah, it must have been like a science class, or whatever. And at the time, Drake and Nicki Minaj had released this song. I believe it was called Up All Night. So there was this girl Jess, and like obviously I started was rapping it, started singing, rapping like the first part, then she joined in. So how did the song even go? So if you're interested, look up what's it called, Up All Night. So all singing that now a little bit. I was like, oh my days, Jess, it would be so fun if we go on X Factor. She's like, okay, cool, let's go then. So it was one of those things where we both kind of up to do it, but neither of us kind of like followed through to get like the application form. But if we had gone on, that would have seriously have been funny. But yeah, X Factor isn't around anymore. They cancelled that. If any kind of like people outside of the UK are watching this, think of X Factor was like the British version of like Pop Idol. So yeah, they cancelled that in the UK. It was on ITV, and ITV went to Simon Cowell, and they were like, you know what, we don't want to do X Factor no more. However, we still want to do Britain's Got Talent. So Simon Cowell was effectively like, okay, cool, I'm still making money. So no, he's still making money. So it doesn't matter that X Factor's not on. He's making his money from Britain's Got Talent and other stuff. Ooh. So I've been editing down like a lot of videos recently, and in those videos I've been putting like little gems in them that like are really profound. And I think what a great YouTube video does is that it captures a moment in history. That's effectively what a great YouTube video does. And I've been watching like a lot of YouTubers, and one thing that keeps popping up is that the catalogues that YouTubers have, like in the future, those catalogs will be sold like musicians are selling their catalogs right now. For instance, Sting just sold his catalog. David Bowie's estate sold David Bowie's catalog. And with YouTube, like Logan Paul, for example, I think he's like late 20s, maybe early 30s. But imagine if he's like when he gets to his like 50s or 60s, there'll be a company out there who's probably gonna buy the rights to Logan Paul's, YouTube videos. The same for KSI. Maybe in the future they'll sell like the rights to their YouTube videos to someone. So that might be an option. Like it really is looking that way. So I'm a big like MMA fan, pro wrestling MMA fan, and the way people talk about MMA is like, oh, it's so barbaric, this and the other. But when you break it down, MMA stands for Mixed Martial Arts. MMA is an art; it is a craft. There is kind of like beauty in the motion of the fight. Like for instance, there's this fighter called Tony Ferguson, and he does this martial art called Wing Chun. And when you see him doing those Wing Chun motions, like it's quite graceful. The only difference between practicing Wing Chun and when you're in the cage is that you put ferocity in the movement, because when you're in the cage it is literally life or death, because that is your job. You're trying to feed your family, trying to feed your people. That is what it is. And oh yeah, so a while ago I stopped wearing, like, I used to wear in my old videos, the hat I used to wear was like a Nike hat. I stopped wearing that hat because someone said to me like a couple of years ago, it kind of came to the forefront. And what it was when I used to go to identity drama school. A great school, really phenomenal school. And then the principal of the school, Femi, he used to have this saying. Or he used to talk about as actors, you need to know your brand. And I must have been 17, 18. I didn't quite understand what he meant by kind of like finding your brand. Like, fair enough, if you're an actor, if you've got a team of like 5 and 6 people around you, then you can have these kind of like detailed, in-depth conversations about what your brand is, and what type of products and roles you want to be associated with. That's all good and great, but when you're starting out, sometimes it's not so clear like what your brand is or what kind of roles you want to do. And as I've gotten older, I think I have stumbled across my brand and what I want to be associated with. And the thing with Nike is that why I stopped wearing Nike is that Nike doesn't make me, I make it. That's why I wear the tunjitalks hat, because I am the brand. There are some people out there who they can't step out the house unless they're wearing Nike or Adidas or Gucci or Fendi or whatever it is, because those brands define them. Which is well, I feel sorry for them if their existence revolves around wearing these brands. tunjitalks is the brand. That is it. I am the brand. So I don't need to wear Nike and Adidas and all that stuff. For example, Drake and Kanye did the Larry Hoover concert recently. And I don't know if you saw that, but maybe if you go on YouTube and type in Kanye Larry Hoover concert, do you know what Kanye was wearing? Kanye was wearing Kanye, because Kanye is a fashion designer. Everything Kanye was wearing was him. The shirt he was wearing was Kanye. The jeans he was wearing were Kanye. The boot, actually, I don't even know about the boot. Maybe the boots were made by his brand, but he's gotten off that bandwagon of wearing like everyone else's, and he's repping his brand. So like Kanye's repping Yeezy, I'm repping tunjitalks, because that's just the way it is. Um, mm. So I was teaching like a class this one time, and like punishments came up. So like being grounded and all that kind of stuff. Then one of the students was like, "No screen time is a punishment." I was like, "That's not a punishment. Come on, guys, no screen time. Behave." Then like the whole class started saying, "No, no, 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 sir, 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 sir. Honestly, if my parents were to say to me, I can't have no screen time, that would be the worst punishment ever." I could not believe it. So, any any parents out there, a good punishment is no screen time for your kids. So, get them into reading. Reading's good. More people should be reading. Mm. To support the channel, PayPal, paypal.me/, tunjitalks. That's paypal.me/, tunjitalks. That's paypal.me/, tunjitalks. Or Cash App. That's #tunjitalks. That's #tunjitalks. That's #tunjitalks. Right, so I did a video recently about AI. And if you didn't catch that video, I'm going to play it now. Welcome back to Tunji Talks. So I recently read a news article that Oxford University hosted an AI engine for a debate. And during the debate, the AI engine argued for and against itself. I would advise you to go and look up the articles to find out the specifics. But honestly, it's something out of a science fiction novel. It's rather creepy, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on AI. Are you for AI or are you against it? I'll be curious to know your thoughts down below. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon. I put the video on YouTube, I also put it on Instagram, I put it on the Tunji Talks podcast page. And if you're not following the Tunji Talks podcast page on Instagram, you should go and do that. These were some of the comments. So one individual, the cute wanderer, said he's against AI. Then there was, just got the phone here. There was someone called L_love, and this was his response. I like to put AI in two different categories. From complex AI, like robots that will do big things for us, like possibly military or help scientific research. Or simple AI that does basic home goods or runs a whole restaurant. If we're talking simple AI, then I would be for it. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I actually liked L_love's response. That was quite interesting. But yeah, whenever I put a video out, guys, feel free to write down in the comments, because that helps me make specific kind of like videos, and obviously I can respond to the comments as well. But I think that's interesting how he split the AI into different categories. So again, if you present AI like this, some people might be for it, whereas the first person, the cute wanderer, he was like, absolutely not, no, I'm against AI. So your thoughts on AI, family? Let me know down in the comments. I saw this quote recently. It said, "The media you consume informs the person you will be." And I thought, that's quite interesting. I guess recently, like, I've been watching a lot about financial literacy, investing, crypto, NFTs, DeFi, marketing. Yeah, so I would agree with that. Would you agree, family? If, for instance, if you're watching a lot of stuff to do with the gym, is that influencing the person you are and the kind of people you want to associate yourself with? I'd really be interested to know your thoughts on that one. But I think that might be true. But if anyone disagrees, let me know. Like, I'd really like to know people's thoughts on that one. So it's one time at drama school. Then we were having kind of like screen acting classes, and we had this the screen teacher for the first time. So he kind of like started off the lesson by finding out like a little bit about us, And he was like, "Oh, tell me a little bit about you. Like, what have you done? This and the other." So I remember I was telling like this one story about I was telling this one story. Then after I'd finished, it was like, "Oh, it's really good. However, that last little bit, cut it out the next time you tell someone. Cut it out. It's not needed. Like the first bit was gold." So at the time, yeah, I got like what he was saying, but in hindsight, the actual lesson he was telling me was don't sell yourself short. I was like, rah. So it's just those little gems that hindsight allows us to have. And now I'm telling you, don't sell yourself short. So I had a friend who I used to go to primary school with. And a couple years ago, like I saw him, I haven't seen him in a while actually. I was just like coming back from somewhere and I saw him in town. I was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in ages. How you doing, man?" He's like, "Oh yeah, life's going well. You know, like I started like the YouTube thing." I was like, "Cool. Like, what you doing on YouTube?" And he's one of the YouTube, he's one of those gaming kind of like YouTubers. So like he spends like a lot of time kind of like live streaming and being online. I think he's more of a PC kind of like gamer as opposed to a console gamer like PS5 or Xbox One. So that's what he does. And he was like, "Oh man, like it's great and everything." And he had a single channel and he had a channel with 4 or 5 other people. So he had two income streams because his channels were monetized. So he was getting money by doing that. Then he was like, "It's great and everything. Like I'm getting paid. However, like I'm inside all the time and like I kind of miss that human interaction." And I was like, "Okay, so what are you doing in order to get that human interaction?" It was like, I decided to get like a little part-time job just, just so I can be around people and stuff." I was like, "Oh, that's quite interesting." So, you know, even if you are like a YouTuber and you're making like great money, money can be good, money can be great, but if you're making like a load of videos all the time, sometimes you might be missing out on those little bits of human interaction. So YouTubers, just watch out for that one. If you remember, I did a global breakdown of all the people who listen to the Tunji Talks podcast. And I said I was going to do like a global breakdown of the people who watch the Tunji Talks YouTube channel. So I have the global breakdown in front of me. And I'd like to shout out all of the countries on this list. So shout out to Australia, shout out to Nigeria, shout out to Thailand, shout out to Canada, shout out to Brazil, shout out to South Korea, shout out to Uzbekistan, shout out to India, shout out to Indonesia, shout out to the United States, and shout out to the United Kingdom family. Tunji Talks is worldwide. If you have not subscribed, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Um, yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy your drink.